Yeah, turn it off.
Hello.
Hi, I'm here. I'm just boiling some tea.
Tea.
But tea. About to start streaming. I have my dinner here with me. I was cooking dinner until the last moment.
I'm also eating dinner.
Nice. We had ramen for lunch, so I made ramen fried rice.
Mmm.
So you take the leftover broth and you like boil it down, and you make fried rice with it.
Wow. I've never had that before.
You're supposed to get the bottom kind of like stuck, like the bottom of the rice kind of stuck to the pan. You scrape it off. So you gotta use a nice robust pan, but like it becomes like a little paella kind of thing, you know?
Whoa.
Little crispy bits.
Ramen paella.
Oh, really good. Anyway, back to my tea. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hello!
Mmm.
Okay. I'm alive. I finally have my tea. also made teriyaki sauce.
Teriyaki sauce for your ramen rice?
Yes. Although technically it was for the fish I made that I put on top of the rice.
Oh.
Dinner with my family. Not my family, but like my family. Yeah, no.
Like we're both just spending the beginning of this stream eating dinner.
I know, it's like you've missed all the other Ace Attorney streams that started just by eating
No,
dinner.
I just think it's funny that this is how we operate.
Also, it's important. This is where we
No,
get
no,
the
it's definitely important.
we get the pre-chatter in. We get to talk to the people, nice people in the chat. We get to eat our dinner so that we don't pass out in the middle of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Undead Uncanny. How are you? Welcome to this this mukbang stream.
Welcome to dinner hour.
Dinner power hour. We should have a stream leading up to Ace Attorney that's just like us cooking dinner.
That'd be so cute. You have your chalice on screen all times.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny. That would actually be so funny to have the chalice on the screen.
Even dinner feels intense with this soundtrack, sure does.
Oh yeah. This is the kind of soundtrack I want to my life.
Dun, 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 dun. Can I get some ASMR?
I don't think anybody wants that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Listen, you can hear the clinking of my spoon against my bowl.
You want to hear our lips smacking?
I hate that kind of ASMR.
I know, me too.
If I open a stream and somebody's like, oh, nom, 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 I'm like, no, thank you. You know what I'm kind of mad about?
What?
So, water boils faster in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
in electric kettles specifically, because they run on a higher voltage, so well, their shit is like more intense. So their kettles boil twice as fast. So every time I'm sitting there making tea, I'm just like, you know what? I could have been done making tea by now.
You just think about how it would be faster in Great Britain.
Yeah. It's like, because the thing is, you know, I got this new teapot. I showed it to you earlier this week when we were watching anime together. So I've been drinking a lot of tea this week, and especially because we're playing Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I will have some tea. And I'm like, you know what? In Great Britain, this would boil twice as fast. Anyway.
That's why they're the country of tea.
Undead Uncanny has redeemed the Kiryu voice.
It's pickle time. I have no
There's your
idea what
ASMR.
that means, but well, you know what they say, it's pickle time somewhere, I guess.
Sometimes I really need to go back to Yakuza.
The sacred command.
I've been so busy lately. I have not had time to stream at all. other than news moment.
Are you still buried in work?
No, I'm on the tail end of it. So,
Oh, good.
all the drafting is done. So all I have to do is like editing and like, that kind of stuff, which is obviously much easier than writing the initial stuff. So, we watched Golden Kamuy. We watched.
I have.
I think we've watched all the anime, right?
Yeah, we watched all of it.
Well, all the anime that's out. Yeah, we like Golden Kamuy. We like it a lot. I think the manga's great. Is it done yet? Is it done running?
The manga?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it was supposed to be wrapping up.
That's what I thought. I'll look this up. Let's see. Golden Kamuy. Is the new season come up? Oh, I'm excited.
Nice.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I totally remember what happens at the end of the last season, and it was fucked up.
It's still running, the manga.
Okay. Cool. I love Golden Kamuy. Golden Kamuy just slaps. Yeah. Okay. So, the end of the anime was when we were it was when you get that reveal about Ogata.
Oh my freaking god, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that? That was fucked up.
That was so messed up. All I draw is Ogata and Sugimoto. I was gonna say, you draw a lot of Tanigaki too.
You know what? It's good to have a passion. And Golden Kamuy is a good one to have.
Dick.
Yeah, thick Mr. Tanigaki becomes big chungy. I love how yeah, you got big chungy Mr. Tanigaki. Okay, I'm gonna go put my ball away, and then I think we can start.
Okay. I made a Valentine's Day comic about Ogata and Sugimoto. Let's see it.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to stream?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go play some Ace Attorney. Did we start? Oh, we started. Okay, we still had the last investigation piece. Just not sure how long is it. 16th April, 26 p.m. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Oh my God, Mr. Herlock Sholmes is shot.
Oh my god.
Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please?
No, not the fish and chips again.
Ooh, buddy.
Don't tempt me. What is it now? You should go home and get some rest.
Not gonna lie, highly tempted to get some fish and chips for tomorrow's stream.
Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers.
Your ladyship. Oh! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That is good work, that is.
I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue.
Yeah, drink some tea.
Tea.
Look.
Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship.
Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then?
Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through that door behind the counter.
Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibank and Gina.
Right. Well, I'll be getting back to business then.
You live for Eddie's voice acting? Yes, me too.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I see Herlock Sholmes, I can only hear him in your voice now.
Horrible.
Yeah. I've also been thinking about Herlock Sholmes a lot recently, just because of that thing he does where he like presents his hands forward. He's like, whoa.
Yeah. He holds out his hands.
I think about that constantly. I don't know why.
It's funny.
Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector?
God dang it, Magpie. If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it.
Listen, you're really coming into your own as Inspector Gregson here.
But there are so many articles to go through, it's taken forever, even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently.
Oh no, another case.
Clover also wants to voice act.
You're doing great, Clover.
She's the police dog.
I'm sure whatever the yard is investigating right now is completely unrelated to this case. That's how it works, right?
That is how that works, right?
That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before.
So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine.
Come then. Let us not waste any time.
Susato's about to take off too.
I mean, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Reno?
Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan.
Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen?
Delightful.
What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound?
It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Don't think about the police. They're not real. They can't hurt you.
Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word.
Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. I was gonna say, like, she's like the prosecutor that's like, I'll give you a pay cut. There's the article ledger here, and Mr. Windibank's notes, and... What's this? Looks looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind.
Mamo. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie. Show us. February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited, 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, 15th April, 10:30 p.m.
A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Susato's very cute. I love her. I love her dearly.
She is so cute.
Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday.
And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. I would never have expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though.
It seems Mr. Windibank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have on hand.
That doesn't seem like good practice. But this photograph of a cat, it looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere else recently. Well, pretty sure this is, yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right. Very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier.
Oh, of course. I was forgetting that she gave us that print. I guess they're a matching set. I guess that's intended then.
Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out.
Whip it out. All right. Let the cogs turn.
Yes, they are exactly the same.
What if it was one of those ones where it was just like spot the differences?
I mean, the cat's head is slightly turned at a just very slightly different angle on one of them.
I've got it. These two photographs hide an amazing secret.
I didn't notice, but I think you're right. A secret? What does she mean?
You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know?
Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. So, Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. Oh, you're right, they are slightly different. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints?
Actually, that's not quite right.
Sorry?
If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly.
They're not?
Have another look at them now. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other?
I think so. It's very subtle, though.
But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Well, it's because they're set, you see.
No, I don't.
This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment.
Ah, a stereoscope. I feel as though I've heard that word before recently.
Oh, yes. That's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there.
Oh, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. 3D glasses.
Well, actually,
Do they still make 3D movies?
Yes? Question mark?
I guess
Maybe
I
not
guess,
recently.
'cause I guess neither of us have been in a theater enough to know.
Yeah.
I just wonder if that's still a prevalent thing. That was a big thing for a couple years.
Maybe pre-pandemic, it was still a thing.
I think so. I feel like even then though, people weren't really watching 3D movies anymore.
No, yeah, it's not like huge.
It's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions.
Ah. Oh, tea went down the wrong pipe. It's fighting back. Okay, what? Really?
Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you.
She's over the moon. Bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. You think that now that we have VR, people are over 3D? You know what? That actually might be true. I know that there are, like, VR viewing experiences for movies nowadays. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we got to a point, especially because, like, I feel like home movies, or streaming movies is becoming more popular. And streaming them in VR is way easier than having a projector that gives you a 3D image or whatever, right? Interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Augmented reality might be a thing movies I need to play one day. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I, for one, simply have to know.
Some theaters shifted to other gimmicks centered around other senses. You know what? Yeah, I've seen a couple that were like they had the chairs that would like vibrate you or whatever. Yeah, seat
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. It's just what's funny though is I guess scored with water in a theater one of those.
Oh my
things.
God.
I kind of hate that though. I hate those ones.
I don't want that.
Like I don't want to be squirted with water, especially like I honestly they might have caught on if it weren't for like how like sanitarily disgusting that they ended
That's
up
why,
being,
yeah,
right?
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Like if we hadn't just gone through a global pandemic, that might be a more popular thing. But even then, I would not want to go into like a sensory movie experience. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be that into the movie. I get the idea, right?
What about smell-o-vision?
You know what? Actually, I have every time I see these like alternate movie experiences, I always think about the like Shrek 4D or whatever it was. It was like an experience at like Universal Studios where you would watch like a like 10 or 20 minute like Shrek themed like movie clip or something. It was like its own unique thing, but they would like rumble your seats and they would like tickle you and they would like do the smell-o-vision stuff. Yeah, the water smelled weird, like old and moldy. Yeah, that shit never gets cleaned. I guarantee it. It's disgusting.
It's not water anymore.
Yeah, it's a biohazard waiting to happen. Honestly, I dislike that immensely. I'm strictly of the opinion that I feel like movies should not try to appeal to your other senses, because like, sure, it's novel, but like it feels very gimmicky, and it's just like if your movie's good, you don't really need this kind of crap, right? Someone's bathwater. Okay, yeah, that'd be distressing. Since the smell is so poor, you would never pay for one. Yeah, I don't know. The smell ones are at least somewhat like that's. I can give it a pass because for the most part it's like perfume and stuff, and you obviously wouldn't be entering those experiences if you had like smell related issues or stuff. But like still, I don't know. There was I think Japanese theaters have Yakuza live action gets sprayed with Kiryu's bathwater. Oh my god. It's the Yakuza 0 scene where he's in Tachibana's like apartment and he's showering and you're getting sprayed with water. That'd be so funny, actually. So one time I'd be like, okay, you know what? Give me the water. But but yeah, I know that Japanese theaters have been experimenting a lot with this smell-o-vision stuff. Like they had, I don't remember what the exact thing was, but they had a movie where I think it was like an anime movie or something, where when a character showed up on screen, like a character you're supposed to like a Bishi character or whatever, they would they would like pump a like rose scented perfume in. Is that so funny?
That's brilliant.
Like that kind of stuff I can kind of get behind, but anything that like is like, oh, I'm gonna spray you with water, I'm like, okay, no, I don't like this at the best of times. Or like when they like you know, have like tingling stuff, I think that's weird. Do you know? I think they had something like that in one of the original showings of a movie from the 1950s, I think. Or somewhere in that sort of like general time period, like mid 20th century. It was like an alien movie about like people that would get possessed or like parasitized by aliens and become like alien zombies. And the sort of like way that you would tell that you were infected was you would get a tingling at the back of your neck or like in like the lower part of your spine, and they like put like tinglers basically into some of the chairs in the theater without telling anybody. So people would be watching this movie, and then like it'd be like, oh, if you feel the tingling in the back of your spine, you're possessed by an alien, right? And obviously that's horrific. But then they started like sending these like tiny electrical shocks through people, and like people would feel the tingling, and they'd be like, oh no, and they'd fucking lose it. Because of course they would. That's actually fucking terrifying. Yeah.
Terrible.
Was it this one? Yeah. Okay, here it is. It's a 1959 American horror film produced and directed by William Castle called The Tingler.
The Tingler!
The film tells the story of a scientist who discovers a parasite in human beings called a tingler, which feeds on fear. The creature earned its name by making the spine of its host tingle when the host is frightened. Let's see. Castle used gimmicks to sell the film. The tingler remains most well known for a gimmick called Percepto, a vibrating device in some theater chairs which activated with the on-screen action.
Wow. Don't get got by the tingler.
Oh my god, wait, this thing goes deeper.
Okay.
Let's see. The tingler was unleashed in the movie during the climax of the film. The tingler was unleashed in the movie theater while the audience watched Tollable David, in which a young woman. Wait, what is this? Okay. In which a young woman escapes the unwanted advance of her boyfriend is targeted. The film stops, and in some real-life theaters, the house lights came on. A woman screamed and pretended to faint, and then was taken away in a stretcher. All part of the show arranged by Castle. This guy was a fucking psycho. From the screen, the voice of Price mentioned the fainted lady and asked the rest of the audience to remain seated. The film within a film resumed and was interrupted again. The projected film appeared to break as the silhouette of the tingler moved across the projection beam. The image of the film went dark. All lights in the auditorium except fire exit signs went off, and Price's voice warned the audience, "Ladies and gentlemen, please do not panic, but scream! Scream for your lives! The tingler is loose in this theater!"
What?
And then they would activate the Percepto buzzers.
Oh my god, dude.
That's
This
fucking
guy
horrifying.
He's definitely a sadist.
To enhance the climax even more, Castle hired fake screamers and fainters planted in the audience.
Oh my god.
There were fake nurses stationed in the foyer and an ambulance outside of the theater. The fainters would be carried out on a gurney and whisked away in the ambulance to return for the next showing.
They would need real ambulances afterward.
This guy was fucking unhinged. That's actually so out there. Anyway, we've been somewhat sidetracked. Let's continue.
Have you ever considered, Renu, how our eyes see the depth in the world around us?
Well, I just open them, and then it works.
But the reason it works is because we have 2 eyes.
2 eyes? Huh, shocking.
If you try closing just 1 eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the 2 views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see.
Huh. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me.
Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick.
So if you can persuade your brain to merge the 2 pictures together in your head, you'll be able to see depth in these prints.
Yes, Reno. You're beginning to understand.
And a stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that?
Yes, but as long as you have 2 images, 2 eyes, and 1 brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all.
You can? Really?
Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go.
Susato-san really loves this kind of thing.
You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that?
This is how a bunch of children start crossing their eyes.
Yep.
Playing this game.
Cross my eyes. I think I can.
Watch me and see if you can copy.
There they go.
Oh, this is weird.
Make your eyes do this.
You know, I don't know what I was expecting. But I've just never thought about the eyeballs in an anime.
All right, let me try. Oh dear, here we go.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
She looks cute. You only did it just slightly.
There. How's that?
Adorable.
Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Now it's your turn, Runo. The trick is to
fucking
concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time.
You're watching magic, Dan.
You walked in at a great time.
Yep. Not exactly an easy task when 2 people are staring at you cross-eyed.
My goodness gracious.
All right, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print, and then slowly crossing your eyes.
Oh, yeah, Dan, how long do you think you're gonna be up? Because if the stream ends and you want to play some Lost Ark,
You should see 2 overlapping images, like this. You try it now, Runo.
I'm just gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. This relates to murder. We're not sure how this relates to the murder either. These prints come. These prints are the like insurance cards for the pawnbrokery. So that's the connection, I guess. Renu.
Did the print split into 2 images for you? Now the next step.
The game will you make use of this mechanic? I don't even know if it's a mechanic.
Is to put the pair prints side by side like this, and then try to cross your eye. Then to try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until.
Wow, cats are real.
They form a new single image in the center.
You're right, it might be a picture sliding mini game.
Oh, yes!
She's so excited.
Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real. Oh, I could look at it all day.
She's so cute.
I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt.
Your turn, Reno.
Let's see.
Pretend you're looking through the 2 pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the 2 images overlap exactly in the middle.
Like this? Is it? Let's see. Oh my god, what?
There, you managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work.
I guess I managed it.
Wait, I actually got it.
Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary.
You actually got it? That works surprisingly well. You actually got it to work? I'm impressed.
So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo?
Oh, do you think they were asking you to do that, like, as the player?
I think so. I was waiting for him to do it. Or
Okay,
for you to
that's
have, like,
I
a
was
little
waiting for
prompt
that
to do
too.
it. Yeah.
I was like, they're not coming together.
Yeah, you can't slide him over.
Well, it's certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly.
No, some people find it easier than others.
I don't think I'm very good at crossing my eyes. I can only do it if I look at my nose.
But that's why contraptions like this exist. For people who find it tricky.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in the stand at the back and...
It's still amazing, even though I know how roughly it works now. Wow, welcome back, Sean. 14 months. Prime gaming. You're a gamer and a woman respecter.
Prime woman respecter.
Prime woman respecter. Still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Thick streak. Take that, Mr. Bezos.
Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently.
But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them.
Like you hate them.
You feel like you've used a stereoscope before, but you can't remember the occasion. I'm trying to remember if I've ever used a stereoscope. I'm sure I have. There's a museum in San Francisco that is it's a museum dedicated to like analog arcade machines, basically, like throughout history. So some of them are like, you know, the like alien movie series like gun game kind of cabinets, and some of them are like legit old school like Victorian puppet shows where you would like put a coin in and it would like do a light show dance or whatever. Yeah, so
Well, it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case.
There's also I'm sure that you had these when you were younger, right? Those little things that were like goggles, but there was like a wheel attached to it with the like little camera like film in it, and you would like, you know, click the button and it would like switch over and it would show you a scene and you would look through it.
Yeah.
I think that's a stereoscope too. It's kind of like an early precursor to like the way VR technology works, actually. Stereoscopic pictures. I never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Think emoji. Okay, let's look at some more stuff. The police are scouring every inch of this place, by the look of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. Sifting through it all in the shifts at least, but still. We're working through the night, that's for sure. Why did he go Australian? What happened, buddy? Even then, we'll barely have scratched the surface. Crime in a pawnbroker's. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. Copper's worst nightmare, you know. Crime in a pawnbroker's. And he just goes back to work. Godspeed.
Bye.
These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy.
Yes, it's a real strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? A lot of people, actually.
Well, sometimes you can find real treasures among all the junk, you know. Are you alright, Renu?
Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you own them. Even that horse statue. Look at it, it's so cool. Yeah.
That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever.
This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here.
Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once.
But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? You looked up more stereoscope images and now everything is slightly blurry? Oh god, you're gonna break your eyeballs. I haven't been home in 2 days already. Only now the constable will leave me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police.
That doesn't stop us investigating, though, does it?
I suppose it doesn't. No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Whoa.
Oh, look here! Oh, Jesus!
Oh, yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet still lodged in the wall.
Presumably, Mr. Winterbank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. And, you know, all the blood on it.
Yeah, you know.
Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that.
Sorry?
It's all here. In the adventure of Herlock Sholmes, you know.
We and Nosuke and I are on the same page today. I'm saying his lines before I even see them come up.
Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps? In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime.
Yeah, tell me about it. He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. I think he had a grudge against calendars. Maybe time.
Forget that for now, Renu. Let's examine this bullet.
What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? A suspicious red stain on the calendar.
Uh-huh. I may well be able to help with that.
What?
There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Renu?
It should stay inside your body. Ugh, I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris.
I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types.
Yes, what a scientific observation.
So you need this.
Oh my god, does she have a blood analyzer? Oh no, what is that scary-looking thing?
Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. I thought she was gonna shoot it at him.
That's what I thought too. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed.
There. Does it make sense now?
Yes, I think I'm starting to understand.
Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of bloods, you see. Yes, how wonderful! The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris! Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great.
They didn't update the background.
Oh, for the green.
You're right. So, whose blood are we looking at then?
Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... Just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to. In a flash.
I see. It's more like two flashes, really, isn't it?
One flash or two. This could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record.
If you say so.
Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio.
Alright.
As long as I have reagent left, sure.
is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday. We were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again.
Oh, yes! That's a folding stereoscope.
Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used the great big contraption over there.
Well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside.
Makes sense.
But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself.
This is what we had before video games.
Oh,
I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. What is it with this bloodline and cleaning
What?
toilets? We need to test everyone's blood. Everyone.
Chop chop.
Shovels. Or not. That ledger that's open on the counter there is really enormous, isn't it? It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in palm.
It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head, if you ask me.
But clearly Mr. Windibank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care.
Behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's what Grexy said.
Yes, and that's where I saw that dreadful scene last night. Through the little window in the door. Yeah, my guy got
Ding, ding,
murked.
ding, 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 ding.
Mr. Windibank, face down on the floor, with Gina beside him.
As the accused's legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation.
Yes, of course, and we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime.
Or is it?
Don't worry. If there are clues in there, I'll find them.
Alright, let's, get a mosey on in there.
April, Windibank storeroom.
Poor Mr. Windibank.
Yeah, extremely died. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely.
Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Windibank's life was taken in this very room only last night.
Hello? Oh!
Wait, Inspector!
What is it now, Sunshine?
You took one look at me and tried to run away!
You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer? Do ya? I just... well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her.
So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old.
Hey.
I am afraid this is all a little much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector.
Eh? Mm. Don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you?
Oh my. I don't think that went very well.
Why? Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet.
And we have investigating to do ourselves.
Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Whoa. Coming out swinging today, Renosuke. Goddamn.
Oh my god, no prisoners.
Oh, Hurley.
And inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Sure, you've got eyes, haven't you? Use them. It is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less.
Iris, could you lend me a hand?
So, Graxy, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Oh, yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, at shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside.
So it was locked from the inside.
The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officers doing?
Quite right, Mom. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in as humbly as possible.
Oh!
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor, thus-wise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child.
Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector.
Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world.
She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious.
And I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand.
No!
Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now.
In her pocket, we found the key to the door as well.
What? The key to this storeroom?
And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector?
Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding.
Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is.
I said that all along.
Now, you know me. Old Gracie.
Gregsy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? is he?
Well, the thing is,
Don't mince your words, Inspector. Please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is...
no, the operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well...
Out with it!
Oh, she's ready to throw him.
Oh my god, get ready. Yes, ma'am. They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive.
The whole body and anesthetized. Is that even possible?
It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction.
The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off. Or so I hear. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently.
Oh my!
No one knows if it's the anesthetic still in his system, or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes round again.
Hurley.
The moment he opens his eyes, ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you.
What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Let's all look around. Gun. This is a revolver. A real one.
And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Windibank's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Renu look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
And I've had issues with guns in the past. My man has trauma.
Oh,
But anyway, we saw Mr. Windibank with this yesterday, didn't we?
please.
I shall have to take my own life.
No.
Must be the same gun. Yeesh. And last night, I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here. It's the same gun I saw in Gina's hand.
Mr. Windibank told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun had been fired.
So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Bless you.
Thank you.
The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line.
Poor Mr. Windibank. He was a nice old man.
Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely, the fella died instantly. He wouldn't have felt a thing.
I don't know if a shot through the heart would kill you instantly. This must be his blood then.
Ah! I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps...
Your body sneezed sympathetically when I did that.
Aw, that's kawaii.
That's the first time I heard of that happening. Oh my.
Instead of a sympathetic yawn, it's a sympathetic sneeze.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action. Chew.
Wolf.
Blue.
So now we know the color of the chemical turns when it reacts with Mr. Windibank's blood. And it doesn't match our analysis of the bloodstain we found in the main shop. No, but let's just add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway.
Blood sample portfolio updated in the court record.
Pew, pew, pew.
Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them.
I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, even some enormous paintings. Look.
You sneezed and then heard two sounds and realized what happened? Yeah, that's wild. Pieces of different people's lives quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere here. Or at least there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policeman shuffling around.
Not much I can do about that, sunshine.
Iris?
Don't worry, I'm alright. But we must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely.
Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked.
Ah!
What is it, Iris?
That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Whoa!
Oh,
Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely that's not what all this...
sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you. We must check inside the box at once. Yes. Ah! It was there! Iris's story was there.
Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris?
Yes. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited it here, but still. It's a relief to actually see it.
Then why was the box open? Really? Because that's not a very well hidden frown. Ooh, Iris's manuscript entered into the court record. Very well might be. Let's see. Let's examine some of the stuff we have now. Let's see. This Mr. Winterbank appears to have used the back of this photograph to write a redemption ticket. He's written it very neatly, but still, perhaps he ran out of paper, so he had to use anything he had on hand. It's hard to know what's the front and what's the reverse side now. This is an adorable little cat. I think it looks a little like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated Kutatsu blanket. Now we've read this. Actually, now we have both pictures.
Oh?
I could have another go at viewing them as as a stereoscopic image.
Here we go.
So I need to cross my eyes and try to get the two cats to merge in the middle as one. Such a hard thing to do. I like that you can do it at any time. I have trouble, I can't do it. So, this is the second of the two photographic prints of the cat. It really does look like Wagahai. It's exactly the same as the first photograph at first glance. I suppose that's what's so compelling. Actually, now we have both pictures. I could have another go at viewing them as a stereoscopic image. He's
Cross
having
our
too
eyes
much
again.
fun with this. So, I need to cross my eyes and try to get the two cats to merge in the middle as well. Let's see.
It do work.
I think this is complicated somewhat by my glasses also.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
I have no idea. Whatever. Anyway. No, I want to review it more. Let me show me the back. This is the ticket that Gina brought in here yesterday.
Yes, having been entrusted to her by Mr. McGilda 2 months earlier. Article deposited, 1 gentleman's overcoat.
And the other redemption ticket was in the pocket of that coat.
Yes, for a small box deposited 2 days before the omnibus incident.
Could that have anything to do with all this?
Mr. Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here.
I have noticed.
The red smear, you mean?
Distance from your face and the screen also might matter. That's probably true. That probably is playing a large part of it. Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wondered if Susato-san had picked up on that. It's pretty clear, man.
It's right there, dude.
Well, in that case...
Yes, we need Iris.
We should show this to her before we forget. Oh, okay. Nice, nice.
Present it to her. She must know.
Oh my god, his first name was Pop. Pop Winterbank.
Pop! Oh!
The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh no, I have.
Oh boy.
Brandon.
Oh, have fun.
Alright, Brandon.
We had been out for one of our evening rambles, Holmes and I, and we had returned about 6 o'clock on a cold, frosty winter's evening. As Holmes turned up the lamp, the light fell upon a card on the table. He glanced at it, and then, with an ejaculation of disgust, threw it on the floor. I picked it up and read Charles Augustus Milverton, Appledore Towers, Agent Hampstead. Who is he? I asked. The worst man in London, Holmes answered as he sat down and stretched his legs before the fire.
And 2 hydrates.
And 2 hydrates. Okay. That is Susa does not know the exact title of this unpublished story.
And we're here done. Thanks, Brandon.
I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me.
I'm so sorry.
I've already consumed so much liquid today, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see. Anything exciting? Anything exciting? No? No? Okay. Okay, let's go back to the main shop so that we can present this to Iris. You should find things for people to read. You have the points. Yeah, I mean, the points are there for a reason. To make us do
You get to
silly
make us do things. Yeah.
Oh, that looks like blood.
I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made of leather.
Well, don't worry, Reno. You can leave the rest to me.
Ooh, portable. Look at that.
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, is it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
It's very reminding that all the home stories are literally available for free on the internet almost anywhere, and you
Yeah.
can that they're suitably challenging length and vocabulary. That is very fair. Well, this particular stain of blood.
Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you?
How many people blood in this room? Way too many.
Do you know whose blood this is?
Okay, well, before we answer this, let's take a little bathroom break because we've been
Ooh.
going for about an hour now. We're back.
Because
It'd be so bad.
yeah, I was gonna say you had so many liquids.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I want to see it. Show me. Show me, Undead. Let's see it. I do apologize to your boyfriend. That was very cute. Very in line with what he would do. I like all the little pictures on his desk. And how he straightened out the Valentine and hung it up is very cute. It's not dumb, it's cute. Yeah, I like it. This is his favorite catchphrase. You like that?
Okay, alright. I'm back.
Welcome back.
I like this comic cute.
See? It's cute, right?
It's very cute. Okay.
Ah,
Let's see. Do we know whose blood it is? Actually, whose like profiles do we even have?
Sometimes I can make wholesome things. Sometimes you need a break from the degenerate things.
I guess it's no harm in saying we might know. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction.
Mmm.
That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Renu. Who do you think it belongs to?
Oh, here you go.
Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Oh, okay. It's not gonna make us prevent, thank God.
Okay.
I was like, we don't have Mason, so I guess we just gotta go for Mr. Pompman. Thrice fired Mason?
You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there.
Is the blood of Christ, yeah. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course, I'd never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice fired, though.
The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice Fired Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago.
Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here at Windobanks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at that time.
So it's a smear of blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night.
Oh well. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. It certainly does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilded had no injuries at the time anywhere on his body, from which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
Every masterpiece has its cheap copy.
Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope.
Yes, I think you're right, Renu. Very well. Let's make a note of this.
Details of the pawnbroker's ticket for the coat have been updated in the court record.
Blood analysis data has been updated in the court record.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, we're hydrating.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. Anything else to present?
Oh, my manuscript.
Sure is. Mr. Sholmes said he deposited at Windibanks and he had.
But it's so strange. What is it about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it?
I'm afraid I have no idea. All you can do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose.
Oh, maybe. It's because Hurley isn't in it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines.
Yes, maybe.
yeah.
I wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. Let's get back in the storeroom. All right, Mr. Gregson. Yeah. Got anything to tell us? This?
Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest?
Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles. A most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And, I don't suppose,
Why is this guy always holding fries? He's never found without his trusty fish and chips by his side.
To tempt us.
It's true, every time I look at him,
I know. Would there be any mention of me humble self in the tale this time?
Good question. I can't really remember.
I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I'll just await its publication with eager anticipation.
You needn't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, Skye, you just jelly. You looking to be arrested, sunshine?
I didn't mean it like that. And even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you?
About hey.
too exciting out here.
Hmm. Any more blood to analyze?
Yeah, is there any more blood in you around here? Just asking for a friend. So, this is the tea set that Miss Susato brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. It's just so bitter. Oh, Ryunosuke, you're a child.
Ah.
Susie's lovely green tea has had quite an impact on Hurley, you know. He stopped putting milk and sugar in his coffee even. And Hurley is normally bitterly opposed to bitterness.
Get destroyed. God, I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look like a little messy already. I feel that.
Hurley's desk is far worse, you know.
I'm sure if I try hard enough, I can make my desk as messy as Mr. Sholmes's.
I wonder.
You don't think I can?
Well, it takes a certain genius to reach that level of disorder, you know.
Oh my. The path to true mess is long and arduous, it seems.
Oh, this looks like a telegram.
It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstances.
All right, I won't. Now then, let's see.
Oh my gosh, you can see into it.
No, what did I just say? You mustn't open it!
Don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I've developed, I'll be able to see through the envelope without having to open it.
No, that's not allowed either!
Oh. But I'm sure it's something important.
Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. Let's see.
I wish I was less of a genius of messes. We all have our calling.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, maybe the hospital's open. Maybe that's where we're supposed to go. Nope. He's still not here, I think.
He's just not here.
Wait. Nope, still not here. Nothing super exciting.
It'd be funny if you scrolled over and he was just on the wall again or something.
I was really waiting. 16th April, local prison, cell 13. Gina doesn't appear to be here.
I believe she must be in questioning at the moment.
Can you reject this calling? No. It comes to you.
Naturally.
Oh, but wait a moment.
What is it, Iris?
Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
Oh my!
Why would she do something like that? It would only make her situation worse.
Calm down, Reno. I was only joking, of course.
Oh. Ugh. You had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction.
Yes, it must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight your words carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose a light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms.
Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have just thrown his head back and guffawed.
I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime.
Yes. Come along then, Runo. Come along, Susie.
even allowed in here? Weirdly. Why are we allowed in here? Hmm. Where are we supposed to go? Oh, his animations are so long. Let me skip this.
Lighthearted great detective is that dude from Knives Out, kinda.
True. Escalade cells. Let's see. Let's see. Damn it. Let me skip this. Oh, wait, I can just hold right click. Never mind. I'm a genius. My genius knows no bounds.
Genius of right click.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have in here? Thank God I've discovered that right click just skips all the dialogue we've already seen. Okay, maybe back to the main shop? Is there anything we haven't looked at? Okay, it says we can look at this again. So, green blood. It just seems wrong somehow.
Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Yeah, wise decision, Mr. Yunus. The way you can identify differences in people's blood like this is amazing. You really are a genius, Iris.
I know, I am. If Hurley and I put our minds to it, we could really shake up Britain's chemists and alchemists. And you could shake up Japan's lawyers and judges, couldn't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, for sure. Even if I didn't intend to. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna pee again while I try to figure this out. My brain. Curse my tiny bladder!
That's
Okay, let's see. Alright, let's have a look around the old Baker Street. Still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Winterbanks.
I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home.
Poor Iris. He's very upset by all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more.
None of this is your fault, Renu. So please, don't apologize.
But
It's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them.
Yes, you're right. It's already been 2 months that we've been taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. Still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this.
When Hurley comes back home, let's have a big party.
It's a great idea. I'm sure it won't be long. Mr. Sholmes is very tough.
Yes.
Okay, not here. You know, I've never seen inside Miss Susato's room. I haven't so much as put my head around the door.
Oh, Susie often invites me up. It's so much fun.
Really? Well, what's her room like?
I can't tell you that.
Oh,
A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know.
where have I heard that before? I suppose some things are the same the world over. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well. And the anemones too. And you have a little aquarium.
That's cute.
Apparently, tanks like those were very popular in London before I was born.
Oh, you mean they're not anymore?
I think people discovered it was too much effort to clean them out and change the water all the time.
Yeah, that sounds like a huge pain in the butt. Before we had like automatic circulators and stuff. I can believe that. Prawns and anemones are fun for a while. It's spring at last and the weather is warmer now. Oh, don't I feel that? It's been like mid-70s here. Mid to high 70s. But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, how about some tea, Renu?
Thanks, Iris, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. True tea lover.
Lurver.
If you're sure, you know I always have plenty whenever you're feeling thirsty.
Yeah, I've only just recently started drinking some tea. Come to think of it, I haven't seen you doing much writing recently, Iris. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter, I notice. As if you're about to start.
I'm a little bit stuck for a new story idea, actually.
Well, you could consider using what happened to Mr. Natsume, perhaps.
Oh, yes! That's a fabulous idea! And a great title just popped into my head as well. The Adventure of the Catty Man. How's that, Renu?
The Catty Man, yeah.
A charming little white shelf, full of charming little bottles, too. The contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems.
I'm so close now. I've nearly developed a rainbow smoke grenade, you know?
So you're still working on those colorful but fumey explosives, are you?
I tell you what, when I've perfected it, I'll fire the first shot at you, Renu.
What an honor.
Nuh-uh.
Ah, thank
All I've ever wanted.
This is where you note down ideas, isn't it, Iris? Let's see. What does it say today? Boscombe Valley Mystery.
We visited Boscombe Valley recently for a picnic, you see, but I forgot to bring the tea. So when Hurley became thirsty, he decided to drink from Boscombe Pool. He gave himself an awful tummy ache.
What? Why?
He's thirsty.
Oh, dear.
Hurley sat there miserable as can be in that field of flowers after that, just like when you saw him yesterday.
That really is an unsavory tale. The beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of your special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain.
Poor Hurley. He hasn't had a drop of tea today. I wish I could take some to the hospital for him.
These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from the Carnival would be on display here.
Hurley says that Waggy is a memento too.
What? How?
He really tried hard to get the little fella to stay on those shelves at first.
Oh my god.
But he had to give it up in the end. Waggy just wouldn't keep still.
I mean, yeah, he's a cat. Yes, funny that. The fire's burning comfortingly in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow.
Hurley's been working on his disguises recently. He's been dressing as a woman mainly.
Really? Mr. Sholmes dresses in women's clothes?
Yes, you see that lady in the photographic print on the mantelpiece? That's Hurley!
He is quite stunning. Good on you, Mr. Mewing.
Aww.
It's an unusual way to make use of a huge metal chest as a table for tea and coffee. But it is a very sturdy box, and I've noticed that it's always locked.
Ah, well, that's because... that box contains some of my most important things.
Which you have no intention of telling me more about, judging from the guarded smile. There's all sorts on these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high I can't help feeling that the whole lot is gonna topple at any moment.
Yes, Hurley does tend to overload the shelf.
That's one way of putting it.
He wanted to look something up in one of those books the other day, you know. but it was so tightly crammed in, he gave up and went out to buy a brand new copy instead.
Ah, the violin. Now, this really is Mr. Sholmes' faithful performing partner then. Stravidar, Scrapiferius? Oh no, it's no good, it's gone. The virtuoso's violin that he found in a pawnbroker's and managed to buy for next to nothing.
I hope Hurley gets well soon. I miss hearing his violin playing already.
Oh, Iris, I'm sure he will. What is this? Ah, yes, the letters V and R inscribed in the wall in bullet holes. Isn't that the initials of the Queen or something?
That's right. But Hurley isn't a very good shot, sadly. I can't remember how many times he had to replaster that patch on wall before he managed to make the letters.
Oh my god. Is he a patriot or a plasterer? That's terrifying. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. It's totally different without that enormous machine on it.
Hurley lives in an absolute mess all the time. He never notices when things go missing.
Even Mr. Sholmes must have noticed that huge lump of metal is no longer there, surely. Okay then. Well, oh boy. Alright, Gregson, tell us what you know!
Trash.
Inspector, what do you make of this?
What have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of the office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this is the ticket for McGilded's overcoat, the one that little diver turned up with yesterday.
Oh, actually, no, it's not.
Really? Think you know better than me, do ya?
No, I didn't mean to,
Bruno's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket.
Oh, of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So what's all this about then, if I might be so bold as to ask?
This is a second ticket.
A second one?
It seems that Mr. McGilded, in fact, had another article in storage here at Windibanks.
Is that right?
I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Maruhodo.
Oh, good. He's ever so easy to talk to. Yes. More dialogue.
Just say it to Iris and then...
This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilded's overcoat.
You mean to tell me?
Yes, it was more than just the music box disc, it seems.
I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly.
Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilded deposited another article here with Mr. Windibank.
Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it?
Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilded. It could be an important clue.
Yes, I suppose it could be. Please, stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles, I will. I'll go barking.
You're really munching in them. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector.
That's enough sauce from you, sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then?
That's right. It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
Oh, yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once.
You're wasting your time.
Oh,
There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilded's. That information's not written in the ledger.
Ugh.
well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case.
Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure.
This is getting old.
Oh,
Oh, dog!
bro.
I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winterbank set such a wicked trap?
He's dead. I doubt he set out to scare anyone.
Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon.
Oh?
Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her.
We got the papers.
Yeah. I think we should ask her one more time.
Okay, fair enough.
She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Renu? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer.
Really? Did I say that? Oh, boy.
Poop. Dang it, passed me.
Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching.
In that case, we'd better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. I wanted to search for the box.
Oh.
Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. That's right. They've all got little price labels on them. But there are so many.
I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. The box that McGilded deposited here just over 2 months ago.
Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed. There are so many boxes. It could be any one of them.
Mr. Sholmes said a pawnbroker was the safest place to store anything. More secure than a bank's vault. I'm not sure that's true, but... So perhaps this small box of Mr. McGilded's contained something of very great value.
Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked.
So then we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open!
Bust 'em.
Hiya! That sort of misconduct would get you arrested.
I won't let that happen.
Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last threw me.
Okay, well, I suppose we'll return for that later. To the prison. 16th April, 5:41 p.m., Tokyo Prison, Cell 13. Oh, Gina, good. You're back.
Ah, the police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Oh, didn't bother me.
Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Windibanks.
Oh, right. Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy.
What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did it.
That's not...
Gina, we came to ask you for your final decision.
What decision?
About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not?
I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you.
Right. I see.
She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear.
Oh, all right then. Blimey, give it a rest with them eyes, Iris.
So come on then, fill us in. Who done it?
Unfortunately, we don't know that yet.
You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo, and all of us, know that you are innocent of this crime.
And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts that we have managed to establish.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windibanks that night. Looks like I'm gonna have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason and thrust it in Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that.
Throw it in her face.
What? We found this in Mr. Windibank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story.
Ah! Oh, right. Well, that's good then.
Curiously, the storeroom at Windibanks showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception, the box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night?
Huh?
You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it?
Ah!
Why don't you tell us what happened, please?
Shoo.
All right. Yeah. This Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's got to be worth a few fair pieces of silver, right?
Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What?
So, you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you?
Oh. Ginny, how could you? What? Wait! No, hang on. Of course I weren't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mental script, or whatever you call it, really was there or not. That's the only reason I was in the first place. For Iris's sake, isn't that right? Oh,
You knew why you'd done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did.
but... I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well,
When I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you said the night before.
grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced lawyers, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Winterbanks. You'd seen see if you had a look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Oh, Ginny, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. You wanted to know if Mr. Sholmes was being honest? If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Winterbanks? It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father.
Wow.
But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got a dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about a dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me, anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories? About Daddy?
You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner.
Well, that's how I see it, yeah? You're so thoughtful and kind, Ginny. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya?
She's being soon.
Soon. I always chummy nonsense. Do you hear? I ate it. I don't trust no one, right? That's how I work. 'Cause if you don't trust no one can let you down. So leave me alone. Go on. Scarpa.
I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there on both sleeves of that overcoat. There's some very suspicious red stains.
Hmm? What? Why are you looking at me like that?
I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Do you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Windibanks, isn't it? The one for that black overcoat that you're wearing now.
Yeah? What? That? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets.
Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it. It would appear to be blood.
Eh?
Does that ring any bells?
I don't know. It all looks the same to me, Lord.
And they all sound the same to me, these answers. Suspicious. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Not that I know whose blood yet.
What? Blood, Mr. Naruhodo.
You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So could it be blood that spattered from Mr. Windibank when he was shot last night?
Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. Hey, take it easy, Iris.
She's got a gun!
Ah! Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot. Ah,
Zoop.
Popo. Oh. Oh my.
What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole... Oh,
The whole coat is covered in blood.
of course. The black color of the fabric is masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them till now.
And the blood has reacted with the chemical to turn a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes. Now let's see. Who had the purple blood? Aha! Yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago.
I knew it.
What are you all on about? The victim? What you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling half a story!
We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilded's coat.
But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony.
Excuse, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I wish I to give the man a hand. If you look at this overcoat now, it's clear. These stains couldn't have arisen from McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet.
No, if that was what had really happened, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat.
The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Susato keeps good notes. She's always kept good notes. The backbone of our law career. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. Shady motherfucker.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That horrible case is solved at last, and I help the man walk free from that trial. You didn't really do that much. You didn't do anything, actually.
Yeah, it was, he helped himself.
Yeah. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. You really didn't do anything. You could have.
You almost lost.
You could have not been there, and I think he would have gotten away.
Yeah.
How could I have let that happen? You really didn't let it happen.
That's why the guy gave you the case, because he knew McGilded would win.
Also,
He was
that's
like,
your
this is
job,
an easy
yeah.
case.
Bruno, did you believe him though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent?
I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those you represent in court is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon.
A weapon?
Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson.
You mean Kazuma-sama?
Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie.
You also almost lost the case it was a danger. Yeah, you literally
Yeah.
tried your best to sabotage your own case.
Yeah. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon.
Also, the problem is that you're assuming that this is a game about lawyers, but this is a game that happens to have lawyers. It's a detective game. That's why all the characters are so obsessed with who's innocent and who's guilty.
An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have.
Unwavering belief.
Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause,
Kazuma's the only lawyer here.
right? In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly.
What's funny, Gina?
Cool. Sounds like in this empire Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on. Look at the mess it's got you into, believing in that bog trotter.
Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. Bro, he fucking died. Like, who cares? He fucking died.
Well, at least you learnt your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone always stabbed you in the back in the end.
You like the gains the percent they give for the defense, but you'd love if they acknowledge the fact that everyone deserves a good defense regardless of who did it. Yeah, I mean, it's a part of a game structure where you don't really have any options to play in the like space of like, you know that your guy is the murderer, but you're just trying to get them like a good sentence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're detective stories, right? Because there are other stories about figuring out who done it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they just happen to take place in a courtroom.
Soon as you load down your guard, you've at it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one. Get up by no one. Gina, may I ask you something?
What?
I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial?
The deadline is coming and I need to submit them.
How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants and all now, Mr. I'm a believer lawyer over there.
Did you post Cosmo's kind of hunky in this chat or accidentally doing another chat?
I don't know.
Don't forget it was me in that trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the golden path, didn't I?
Listen, no matter where you take that statement, it's gonna be true. You do be kind of hunky though.
He do be hunky though. With him headband fluttering in the wind. All the time.
And you're telling me you believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhodo,
A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his clients. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Of course I can trust her.
yeah.
Gina, let me say it again. Please, allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial.
Are you half-baked?
He said in another chat? Oh my god, that's so funny. Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth.
Seriously, Mr. Nero Odo? Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there's more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean?
Sometimes people help each other because they want to.
I don't know what that means. The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down.
It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience, but I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side.
What do you expect me to say to that?
Oh!
Single tear.
Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial.
Thank God we have Susato here.
It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern Law. I don't know what you are. I don't get you.
We have Susato for now. That's true. That's right. She's on a timetable.
Uh-huh.
Gina's taken herself off to the back of her cell. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out all right in the end, I think. What?
Whoever's hiding there,
Oh, jeez.
show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice.
Miss Susato.
Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before.
What?
Susato's a warrior.
She's like Blimey, you're sharp, eh?
Oh,
Ah.
hey, buddy. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. Those
Yeah,
Japanese
Susato's
ninjas.
fearsome. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Jesus Christ. How did you get here?
Crixie!
Oh dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you.
How long have you been listening in on our conversation?
Good grief, listening in? No. I just got word there were some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived. This very minute. Not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward. Nothing at all.
After hours? Is it that late already?
So then, I'll humbly excuse myself, your ladyship.
Oh, you think they would have given us a warning?
Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye and bye.
That's a lot of farewells and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship.
Oh, I wanted to have a chat.
I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute.
Oh, I see. That's a shame.
If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart will, well...
Emergency?
Lord Strongheart.
Oh, nothing! Oh, forget I said anything. Anyway, I'm off!
Alright, Gregsy, if you have to. But let's chat soon.
Delighted, charmed, can't wait, if you please. My pleasure.
That's a lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sounded sincere.
Gregsy's so funny. He says such silly things.
It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. Anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court.
I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Sato.
Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later.
And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san will be leaving. Leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Damn, homie, that's kinda gay.
She leaving us, man.
16th April, 11:13 p.m. Naruhodo's legal consistency.
Naruhodo-san. It's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted.
What about you, Susato-san? Today's been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested, all on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon.
Thank you for your kind words.
God, can you imagine spending 50 days on a boat going home? Jesus Christ.
I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them.
I know exactly what you mean.
Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make my preparations for my departure tomorrow.
One final task.
It's just 2 months since we arrived in London. But we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret.
I'm so sorry, Suzette-san.
It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts.
I know I've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience in the courtroom, I feel I've learned something.
And what would that be?
It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities.
Facets?
And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on, for as long as we live.
That's so true.
So true, bestie. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. I keep hoping that one day we'll all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated. We'll finally understand how everything fits together.
Naruto-san.
I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open. And keep moving forward. Even if the way sometimes seems dark.
It's amazing to think it's just been 2 months. You've grown so much. Aw, her
Sorry?
face!
I've what? Yeah.
Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant.
Oh shit. I just did the same fucking one again. Ah! Do you know what time you'll leave London in the morning?
Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m.
Oh my god. I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station.
Absolutely not.
Do people ship Ryunosuke and Kazuma? I feel like that's all they ship.
I know. Totally.
Sorry?
I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow.
Ryunosuke and Kazuma, because they have a really similar dynamic to, and I think they're kind of meant to Miles and Phoenix. It's like made to be shipped.
Yeah, essentially.
Time to Google. Oh, I'm sure there's some stuff.
There's many, I'm sure. It
Gina's
would be so
trial.
easy to find.
Yes, I know, but
Every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate.
no pressure or anything.
You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you'll find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try.
You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean?
Oh my! I nearly forgot! Please, I want you to have this. Her book!
Yeah. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents.
It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus.
The McGilded case.
It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windibank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you.
With everything else she's had to think about, Susata-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting.
It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina.
Thank you so much, Susata-san. I'll do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Wow, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Sorry? I didn't quite catch what you said there.
Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself.
The gilded case notes have been entered into the court record. Damn, I wasn't joking. I was not joking. That seems to be the primary ship in this game.
It is the ship.
Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruhodo-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room.
Susato-san,
I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Good night.
Wait, there's something I need to say.
Hiya!
Ah, come on! Ah, fuck! What was that?
A secret technique of mine. The Susato shutdown.
Shut down?
Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes.
Oh.
I won't be able to hold back my tears. I love her. She's so nice.
Even when he's upside down because she threw him.
I like to think that he just decided to go to bed there. Fuck, whatever, fine. It surely had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. As a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind. Eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Give the best waifu a hug. Yeah, she's the best. She just flips you, and you're just like, you know what? I'll go to sleep right here.
You know, I probably deserve this.
17th April, small hours, St. Sinner's Hospital, Ward 3.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind.
Hey, buddy. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place, exactly as we have discussed.
Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes.
On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine.
I wish I had one of those like voice like anonymizer settings so I can just hit it and just go on the contrary.
We should buy you one of those those kitty mic voice changers.
Oh my god. Yeah, the like plastic microphones that have just like a coil in them or whatever.
Yes. I bid you farewell and Godspeed.
I figured it.
My dear madam. Yeah, it could only be her.
So many hunks. Yeah, as a hunk-filled game. Mr. Sholmes is hunky. And he's dorky. He's himbo. Okay, well, why don't we wrap here, and then pick up the trial next time?
Heck yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, everyone.
Did you say himbo?
Oh, he's absolutely himboing.
Big himbo material.
There's no thoughts in that head of his. It's empty. He's doing his him best.
Him best.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for coming to stream. It's super fun. Next week we'll start the
Big fun.
trial. The
Woo.
hallowed chalice will return
The chalice. Let's go.
next week on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. All right. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.